I have played a lot of competitive shooters, both first and third person. Some of them are great, some not so much, but most of the time, I enjoy the effort it takes to master the many systems these games usually like to offer. Recently, within the last few months, I've been playing one of these games that has reached out and grabbed my attention with a death grip. This game is filled with exciting gameplay, but it also has its own set of problems, as these games usually do. Now it's free to play, available on about every platform. Allow me to introduce you to my brief review for Rogue Company. To kick this off, Rogue Company is as simple as they come, which is a benefit to the game, so it's not a negative opinion. As you could probably tell, this game is a third-person shooter, so if you've played games similar to Division 2's PvP mode or the likes of Gears of War, then you'll probably know what to expect control-wise. It's also free to play, so it's easily accessible to just about everyone, which is great. You have a character class system very similar to Apex Legends. You have your starting characters and can earn more currency to unlock the rest of the roster during gameplay. All characters have a specific playstyle and their loadouts to master, including a special ability which also has a passive effect. They all have their own choices of explosives, guns, and melee weapons, and the melee weapon can actually be thrown for a one-shot kill. There's also a set of different traits that each character has available to equip. You can put these on during gameplay, which we'll jump into in a moment. Of all the characters I've played so far, I enjoy testing out all of them. Their kits are well put together and has varying uses, allowing you to put together strategies and team synergy setups. One of my favorites, for example, is Dallas. He's a cowboy-like gunslinger. His ability allows you to snap and reveal an enemy close by, and every time you kill that enemy, your ability gets an instant cooldown, so if you strategize right, you can actually figure out ways to take out an entire team if you're by yourself, as if you're John Wick slaying enemies with ease. Now this may sound very simple, but Dallas is so satisfyingly fun to use. I am also a big fan of Phantom. She's a sniper who is so easy to pick up and play, yet at the same time, she's hard to master. You feel like you genuinely have the upper hand with her on your side, but that's not actually the case. She's fairly balanced, as is all characters in this game. All these characters are well done, though you may see some similarities between other games. Take Saint for instance. He really reminds me visually of Lifeline from Apex. He can revive downed players via a drone at basically a long distance. Now I can't go through every character, so in short, the class archetypes in this game are actually fairly well done, and in certain cases I'd even say unique. Obviously characters are important, however the major factor of success or failure for these games is very simple. Is it fun to play? Luckily, Rogue Company understands this important staple that usually holds these games together. It feels very arcadey, but in the best of ways. It's very easy to pick up and play, and if you're accustomed to third-person shooters, you'll find it pretty easy to master as well. Among my experience, if there is one thing I could say, it'd be that I had fun. I enjoyed the gameplay and the loot that comes with it. A match of Rogue Company feels very similar to the likes of Counter-Strike. You have three main match types: Demolition, which is your competitive game mode, focused on delivering a bomb to the other side or wiping out the other team, whichever comes first. Now this match type has you play until you win 7 rounds. Then you have Extraction, which is a King of the Hill like mode where you have to stand on one point and defend or capture it. It's a mix between competitive and casual gameplay. Then you have your team deathmatch mode, Strikeout. It's the only mode that has respawns, and there's also ranked play, but it's still in early form and could use some work. Like I mentioned, matches play out very similar to CSGO. You're put into a match and will gain coins as you play. The better you do, the more you'll earn, and after every round, you'll have a chance to spend this currency towards upgrades on your character, including the traits I mentioned before, as well as upgrading your weapons. Now, it's not as in-depth as some games, but it's well done here, and will provide some room for experimentation regarding character builds. Honestly, I do love this game, but it feels like it could do many things better. There really isn't any rewards to work towards. You can level up your character's mastery system, but the rewards really aren't worth it, as you'll only be getting profile frames, icons, and very few but badass emotes. Now you can't earn any weapons or character skins, and most of the ones you find in the shop are overpriced and just not worthy of your money. All of this brings me a bit of disappointment, as I enjoy playing this game so much, but feeling unrewarded for the hours I'm sinking into the game is starting to have its wear and tear on me. They don't even have a proper KD system. You can see your kills, but not your deaths. Now I understand why they do this to some extent, but it still really bugs me. I don't really like having my handheld in games like this. I want to know if I'm playing like shit or if I'm doing well. Now these things have pushed me away from playing as much, which I hate to say. because I genuinely love the map design and the pacing of the matches. I like the characters they have on the field here, which makes these issues hit harder for me. Don't get me wrong, I think if you're interested in this game, definitely check it out. I pushed it off for a while, and I mean a while, and then picked it up randomly, and to my surprise, I loved it right away. But maybe that's because I had a squad of people I could jump in with at any time that I felt comfortable playing with, so it made things a little bit more interesting. Though the solo experience honestly isn't bad at all, because I played that way too. Now the matchmaking is pretty amateur, it works, there's no issues getting matched with players, but it just doesn't seem to have a solid system to balance teams, so you'll see a lot of matches where one team is stacked and the other one is lacking. At least this is the case in my experience. The graphic and sound design is perfectly serviceable, and in some cases I would even say it's good. Gameplay is fun and engaging, new consistent updates are planned to come, and they are active across all their social media pages, but still, the fact I don't feel rewarded when playing anymore is just dragging it down a lot for me. It's the only reason I don't jump on every day to play. I can't earn any noteworthy skins no matter how much time I put into it, and I find that ridiculous, even for a free-to-play game. There's many titles out there that knows how to nail this reward aspect. Apex Legends, Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone, Paladins, hell, Counter-Strike even does a slightly better job at this. If they can somehow eliminate this issue altogether, I will play this game much more. However, we'll just have to wait and see if they want to improve upon this aspect. To close this video out, Rogue Company is a game I definitely recommend to players who enjoy this genre. To put it as simple as possible, the game is a straight mix of Apex Legends, CSGO, and The Division. Also, it is a free experience that will only cost you your time and hard drive space, which right now can actually be some very precious resources, so just keep an open mind on what I've discussed in this video. Now, if you play the game or end up playing, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'm just very curious on how others feel about this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending your time and watching it with me. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out of here.